The future of the Citizenship by Investment program is an area of focus of the Terence Drew administration, especially in light of potential threats by the European Union to remove visa-free travel to their member states. Visa-free access is one of the attractions of the Citizenship by Investment programs in the Caribbean. Wealthy applicants from countries that normally would need a visa to enter the European Schengen region would have easier access with a Skn Newsine passport or another passport from an OACS country. Removing visa-free access to European countries can seriously damage the CBI program, making it unattractive to these applicants. As such, Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew, in an exclusive interview with Skn Newsine recently, said addressing these concerns raised by the European Parliament a few months ago is one of his priorities.
In general, there is some work to be done to make sure that we keep it stable. For example, when I got in, there was information on my desk that we needed to communicate with the Europeans, that I had to quickly pull the team together to make sure that we meet the deadlines and so forth.
We've heard in recent times that Europeans in particular have expressed concerns about the visa-free access that Skn Newsine and other countries that have CBI programs in the Caribbean, they have concerns about those countries and about those programs.
We are looking at that long term, in the long term as well. As I told you, I met some documentation on my desk in terms of responding to the Europeans, which we did. I brought a committee together, and that committee, we would have put with the CIU that information together so that we can get it to the European. And so we're going to keep that committee in place.
Political and social commentator Dwyer Astvan believes the leaders of CBI countries should come together and address this issue collectively.
In order for us to standardize this CBI business and save it, we're going to have to collaborate with the other islands that do it. Otherwise, we're going to fail by 2025. The European Union will block us out, and that's the end of us. They don't want to block us out from making a living. They know we don't have oil, we don't have these things. So we need something to give us cash flow. All they're saying, just do it transparently, do it properly.
Some European parliamentarians have recommended for the EU to issue an ultimatum to countries offering CBI schemes to end these programs or risk losing their visa-free status. Skn Newsine has one of the oldest CBI programs in the world, which started in 1984. Andre Huey, Skn Newsine.
The police are investigating the death of 22-year-old Alicia Dunward of Sprott Street, who was fatally wounded during an incident along Central Street, Bastille. The police responded to the scene of the incident following an emergency call that was made to 911 sometime after 3 p.m. on Monday, October the 3rd, 2022. The information received stated that a young woman had been stabbed and needed assistance. Investigations so far have revealed that Dunward was injured during an altercation. She was transported to the JNF General Hospital via the Emergency Medical Service EMS, but succumbed to her injuries. She was pronounced dead at the hospital. Personnel from the forensic department processed the scene and collected items of evidential value. An individual was taken into police custody to assist with investigations into the matter. Persons with information regarding this incident are urged to contact the Violent Crime Unit by dialing 467-1887, 467-188 or 662-3468, their nearest police station or the crime hotline at 707, where information can be given anonymously. Investigations into the matter are ongoing. This is Lavardo Cummins reporting for Skn Newsine.
Your vehicle is very important to you. That's why you should ensure it gets the best service and care possible only at IAS Diagnostic Center, located at Bird Rock behind the Life Fitness Center gym. Come to IAS Diagnostic Center for wheel alignment, rotor cutting, AC servicing, wheel balancing, oil filter change, diagnostic, tire repair and sale, tinting, and much more. With top-of-the-line equipment, come to IAS Diagnostic Center in Bird Rock. Opening hours Monday to Friday 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Saturdays 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Call 767-4422, 662-4416 or 466-6708. IAS Diagnostic Center for quality care of your vehicle.
Smart and Island Electronics brings to you the Super Summer Cool-On Sale from July 21st until October 30th. Get amazing discounts on the widest range of gadgets, electronics and appliances. But because it's summer, you get double discounts on all fans, refrigerators and air conditioners. And don't forget to ask about our easy layaway plans. Good news for the people of Neves. Smart Electronics is coming to Neves at a convenient location just opposite Best Buy. So visit our stores at Smart Electronics on Port Zonte and Island Electronics on Ford Street. Terms and conditions apply. All COVID-19 protocols will be observed.
The SKN Newsline website now offers you more news. Log on to www.sknnewsline.com for local, regional, and international news. You can also watch the latest newscast and keep abreast with news in sports, all from sknnewsline.com. That's www.sknnewsline.com. News at your fingertips.
Nestled between evergreen mountains and the Caribbean Sea on the island of St. Kitts is the Millhouse Guest House and Convention Center. With breathtaking views, a rugged, beautiful shoreline, and immaculate manicured gardens make this the perfect location for your holiday, event, or wedding. With a large convention center, apartments with balconies providing stunning views, and a secluded cottage for larger family groups or honeymooning couples looking for some privacy. We have something for everyone. Book your stay at www.millhouseskn.com or visit our Facebook page, the Millhouse Guest House and Convention Center, an oasis of tranquility.
The Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, ECCB, is celebrating 39 years of maintaining the stability of the EC currency and unwavering service to the government and people of the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union. To mark its 39th anniversary, the management staff, retirees and well-wishers of the ECCB joined the congregation at the Pentecostal Church of God, St. Kitts, on October 2nd for divine worship. During his address at the service, the governor of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, Timothy Antoine, paid tribute to the founders, framers, and all others who had contributed to the stability that the ECCB brings to the region.
And I could not help but pay tribute to all of our founders and framers, people like Sir Cecil Jacobs, and Sir Dwight Venner, and Sir Errol Allen, and many others, some of whom have retired and are still here, and some have gone on. And I want to just recognize all those who have contributed to the stability that the ECCB brings to us. Many of us take this stability for granted because all we know is one EC dollar, one US dollar, 2.7 EC dollar. And we've known that for years, all our lives. We forget when there was a time when it was not like that. That decision was made in July 1976. And because of that decision, we are enjoying stability. And until recently, relatively low inflation. And I know right now inflation is top of mind for all of us, but inflation will eventually get back under control.
He also encouraged citizens and residents of the ECCU to participate in ventures that promote wealth creation, which he says is an important step to personal, national, and financial resilience. Governor Antoine advised that investing in the regional and international stock markets is one pathway to wealth creation. The ECCB was established on October 1st, 1983, as the Monetary Authority for Anguilla, Antigua and Barbuda, Commonwealth of Dominica, Grenada, Montserrat, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Andre Huey, Skn Newsline.
Republic Bank, in a release issued Wednesday, has announced that its CSR program, The Power to Make a Difference, has been received with great enthusiasm throughout the Caribbean. As a result, the deadline for submissions has now been extended to November 3rd, 2022. There is still time for change makers, community activists, and NGOs to submit their proposals for funding. Republic Bank said it is looking for sound and well-rationalized proposals from individuals and organizations who can prove their ability to manage their initiative. Proposals must do one of the following: enhance the quality of lives of persons with disabilities, support healthcare programs, aid youth development through sports, education, literacy, culture, and the arts, foster climate action and environmental initiatives, or raise the bar for community investment and entrepreneurship. According to Mr. Kelly Mitchell, marketing specialist at Republic Bank EC Limited, the process has been made as easy as possible for all applicants.
Application to this program is very simple. You visit the Republic Bank's website in your territory, click on the web banner that speaks to the power to make a difference. It will take you to a dedicated site that gives you a lot more information on the program. Once you are ready to apply, you fill in that application form and submit all supporting documents to that dedicated email address arbeckpmad@rfhl.com. The Power to Make a Difference program is very well aligned to the principles of responsible banking, and Republic Bank is extremely happy to be a signatory of this global initiative.
The bank has already made contributions in excess of $300,000 to a range of projects across the East Caribbean and intends to invest across its 14 operating territories in excess of $200 million by 2025 towards sustainable development goals. Republic Bank is encouraging community leaders and NGOs to do their part to avail themselves of the support it is providing under its Power to Make a Difference CSR program before a deadline of November the 3rd, 2022. This is Lavardo Cummins reporting for Skn Newsine.
Your vehicle is very important to you. That's why you should ensure it gets the best service and care possible only at IAS Diagnostic Center, located at Bird Rock behind the Life Fitness Center gym. Come to IAS Diagnostic Center for wheel alignment, rotor cutting, AC servicing, wheel balancing, oil filter change, diagnostic, tire repair and sale, tinting, and much more. With top-of-the-line equipment, come to IAS Diagnostic Center in Bird Rock. Opening hours Monday to Friday 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Saturdays 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Call 767-4422, 662-4416, or 466-6708. IAS Diagnostic Center for quality care of your vehicle.
Smart and Island Electronics brings to you the Super Summer Cool-On Sale from July 21st until October 30th. Get amazing discounts on the widest range of gadgets, electronics, and appliances. But because it's summer, you get double discounts on hall fans, refrigerators, and air conditioners. And don't forget to ask about our easy layaway plans. Good news for the people of Neves. Smart Electronics is coming to Neves at a convenient location just opposite Best Buy. So visit our stores at Smart Electronics on Port Zonte and Island Electronics on Ford Street. Terms and conditions apply. Our COVID-19 protocols will be observed.
Online radio has never been this great. It's Voice of the Caribbean Radio at voiceofthecaribbean.net. Tune into Voice of the Caribbean Radio for great Caribbean programs, news, entertainment, sports, and current affairs. Wake up each morning and be inspired with One Day at a Time with Kim Huey. Stay abreast with news across the Caribbean and internationally with the Caribbean News Hour, and be entertained with shows like Reggaeville, Caribbean Classics, and Jive Music Show. Visit our website, download our Android mobile app, or listen us on TuneIn Radio. There is so much more on Voice of the Caribbean Radio, reaching the Caribbean and beyond. Check website or app for program schedule.
Auto Plus Car Wash, located on the College Street Gut, Bastille, St. Kitts. Bring your car to Auto Plus Car Wash to remove water stains, wiper marks. Get your doors, roof panel cleaned, seat floor mats, buffing, headlights, and engine wash. You get quality service at the best price at Auto Plus Car Wash. They really care for your car. Call 765-5140 or visit them on the College Street Gut, Bastille, St. Kitts. Auto Plus Car Wash, where the service is number one. If you're looking for a place to host that special event, conference, meeting, social event, party, whatever the occasion, your best option is the Millhouse Convention Center in Palmetto Point, St. Kitts. Located on the picturesque Garvey's Estate, the Millhouse Guesthouse Convention Center has enough space for outdoor events overlooking the Caribbean Sea. If you're looking indoors, the center is equipped with amenities needed to make your event a success. And by combining both spaces, you're sure to have a memorable event, no matter the occasion. Call the offices at Millhouse Guesthouse and Convention Center to book your next event on simply the most beautiful place in St. Kitts. Call 668-1392. Millhouse Convention Center at Garvey's Estate, Palmetto Point, St. Kitts. Making your event memorable.
Can you believe all the ings we can fit under one roof? We're here to help your small business any way we can.
News tonight that the remnants of the troubled regional airline Liat might be looking for a lifeline from a company of potential Chinese investors. Tahira Burke reports.
A statement on Monday in the name of a company called the Caribbean Tourism Group said they had signed a memorandum of understanding with the government of Antigua that may pave the way for the rescue of regional airline Liat. The MOU was reportedly signed in St. John's by CTG's chairman and Antigua's Works Minister Lennox Weston. The proposal from the group is to deploy a fleet of small, medium, and large aircrafts in passenger service to the Caribbean and South America, along with international travel routes from Europe under the brand Liat International. No timetable were given for the implementation or what the cost implications are. As of Monday, there was no official word from the Antiguan government about the deal. But the group's statement said that central to the plan is developing international routes that will bring tourists and business persons from Asia and other parts of the world to the Caribbean using Antigua as a gateway. Caribbean Tourism Group, which is believed to be promoted by some Chinese investors, says it is interested in investments in hotels, aviations, shipping, and shopping malls in the Caribbean. The company is already involved in a town and resort project in Grenada at a place called Mount Hartmann. From the Carib Public News Service, I am Tahira Burke for Primetime Caribbean.
The Jamaican police appear to be sharing intelligence with the police in the Turks and Caicos Islands, TCI, as part of efforts to bring gang violence under control. It comes a day after TCI's governor said a Jamaican gang has contributed to the uptick in murders. Now, the governor indicated that a TCI gang lost its leader a few months ago, creating a vacuum, and now a Jamaican gang is reinforcing its turf. Andrea Chisholm has details.
Hurricane Fiona has battered the Turks and Caicos Island, and now it's dealing with a disaster of another kind, gang violence leading to about 15 people being killed in 1 month alone. An American tourist was also killed in a shooting spree on Sunday, October 2, and a police vehicle was damaged. Checks by TVJ News revealed that high-powered weapons are being used by the criminals who are hell-bent on hitting their targets. They are also sending a message by shooting victims in their heads and faces. TCI's Police Commissioner Trevor Botting gave an update.
I believe the original attack was targeted and carried out by armed gang members who act without conscience, who have no regard for life, and who are hell-bent on causing indiscriminate harm and misery across the TCI. This violence, we know, is linked to drug supply and is fueled by revenge, turf wars, and retribution.
On Monday, the TCI governor appealed to the Jamaican government for support. On Tuesday, Jamaica's Police Commissioner, Major General Anthony Anderson, confirmed he has been speaking with his TCI counterpart.
We already are working from an intelligence perspective together on this. As you say, it's early discussions, and I think that I'll leave it there for now. But as things develop, we'll certainly update on that.
But until things get under control, those living in the TCI are fearful. Last week, a voice note was being circulated threatening a shooting at Clement Howell High. Enough to send parents, teachers, students, and the entire country into panic mode. TVJ News spoke with a TCI resident.
People are afraid. Islanders are afraid. Expats are afraid. Everybody here are afraid because it seems that these gunmen are not afraid of the police because it seems the police are not well trained. And that is why I heard that they're trying to, get help from outside. Children seem to be very fearful. The first thing children are saying when they're in a presence is what is going to happen. Some children didn't go to school, parents keeping them home because of the current situation.
The Turks and Caicos Island, known for its white sand beaches, now has a crisis on its hands. Andrea Chisholm, TVJ News.
It's a beehive of activity, a warehouse away from the front line full of supplies to be delivered for those who survived war and occupation. Food, basic necessities, and glass to replace shattered windows as winter approaches.
This is our storage area for humanitarian aid. It's all for the liberated areas in the Kherson region. It's dangerous for the volunteers. There could be shelling still. That's why we deliver directly to homes, so we don't have gatherings of people.
There's a sense of urgency as Ukraine continues to inflict losses on Russian troops in the south. Some of the trophies of war now on display on the grounds of the school where President Volodymyr Zelensky used to attend. Ukraine has been announcing a sudden offensive since the summer, but then took everyone by surprise by making advances in the Kharkiv region in the northeast of the country. It was believed that the Russians have been reinforcing their defensive lines in the south, even though recently Ukraine has managed to push through some of them and regain some territory. The Ukrainian army advanced from the north through the vast plains, filming their each step. Here, entering the village of Starosilia, hoisting the Ukrainian colors and removing the Russian claims to land, like here in Novopetrivka. This woman says, "I have been waiting for you for so long." Kherson is one of 4 regions Russia has annexed a few days ago, claiming the majority of people there were welcoming the move. Taras says it's untrue. It's not his real name, as he is the co-founder of a network of activists known as the Yellow Ribbons, who have been carrying acts of civil disobedience in Russian-controlled regions.
We're going to continue to document all that's happening, the collaborators and the locations. It's our protest. Our activists will record everything and send it out. We do this to expose Russian claims and hope it helps our authorities. We will continue to distribute flyers.
The aid from Kiviri will continue to be delivered. It's as important as military achievements. Ukraine conveying the message that people there were never forgotten. Hud Abdelhamid, Al Jazeera, Kryvyi Rih in southern Ukraine.
In this emblematic Sao Paulo eatery, a couple of regulars discuss Sunday night's election results. Like many Brazilians, Lucio says he's in shock.
There isn't a right wing anymore. It's an extreme right wing, a radicalization, and the same on the left. I think it's a global trend. We've seen it in Italy and many other countries. And unfortunately, this polarization is leaving us obliged to choose between extremes.
Voters gave hard-line conservative candidates to Congress, the Senate, and governors an unprecedented boost, practically eliminating Brazil's political center-right. Incumbent President Jair Bolsonaro may have come in a close second in the first round of the presidential race. But his once weak political party was hands down the winner of the national elections, defying all predictions. And that's no small feat. An example, Bolsonaro's former environmental minister, Ricardo Salles, was elected to Congress. During the pandemic, he was recorded telling a cabinet meeting that the health emergency would serve as an excellent distraction for cattle farmers to overrun the Amazon rainforest. Another person is Damaris Alves, a hardcore conservative who opposes progressive women's rights and has been elected senator.
It's up to the people to choose who they identify with. They were the candidates who represent Bolsonaro's policies.
All this marks a major shift.
I think what's happening in Brazil since before the election is that the environment, the political environment in Brazil, the zeitgeist of Brazil, if we can say that, is conservative. We are in a conservative country. Lula is an exception.
Lula is, of course, the former left-wing president who scored 48% of the votes in the presidential race and will face Bolsonaro again in a runoff later this month. But winning won't be easy. Bolsonaro has a huge advantage over his rival. As president, he can address his compatriots anytime he wants, on television or on radio, and he also has access to the executive checkbook, which, as he's already suggested, he will continue to use to help offset the impact of inflation. He's wasting no time. Monday, the government announced it was bringing forward a welfare payment due at the end of the month, and a second one 5 days before the runoff. Lucia Newman, Al Jazeera, Sao Paulo.
Now, Nicholas Pooran and the West Indies men went from one continent to another as they journeyed from the Caribbean to Australia for a two-match T20 international series which precedes the World Cup qualifiers. Ranked at number 6 in the MRF ICC T20 international standings, Australia's T20 performances have fluctuated over the past few years. As for the West Indies, they have seen better days, but according to limited overs captain Nicholas Pooran, each player has a specific duty in this new generation team.
Roles and responsibility and accountability. We sat down and spoke to players about, which part in the game you're responsible for, and the guys actually like that. And starting with today in practice, obviously we wanna have the right mindset.
Pooran took the time out to express how he felt on Hetmeyer being left out.
Decisions have been made. There's consequences for your action. At the moment, I just want to focus on why we're here and how we're gonna achieve our goals.
When asked on Shamar Brooks's inclusion, Pooran said,
"Yeah, he's definitely an experienced cricketer. He has been in our setup, white ball setup for the last year. He's been doing fantastic. He had a really good CPL as well. Coming off that century, obviously he's replacing Hetmeyer and he has a vital role to play for us as well."
The Windies begin their qualifying process on Sunday against the United Arab Emirates, but the skipper noted having Australia first up is perfect preparation.
At the same time, our main focus is obviously, World Cup qualifiers first, but in saying that we have an opportunity to play against, obviously Australia. And we need to be smart as well. Our number one priority is obviously, we're getting ready for that qualifiers, but in saying that we use these games here, obviously we want to win. But we need to be smart as well. We need our players fresh and ready for when that qualifiers start.
The first T20 against Australia bowls off on Wednesday morning at 4:10 a.m. Eastern Caribbean time at the Metricon Stadium on the Gold Coast of Australia, with the second T20 on Friday at the Gabba.
Welcome to the Skn Newsine Weather Report. I am Janil Bull. Here is a look at the forecast for St. Kitts and Nevis. For a more detailed weather report, visit our website at www.sknnewsline.com.